Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I'm chilling in my bed, and I just wanted to talk to you guys about something I saw on Threads the other day, and I will put pictures relating to what I'm talking about. I'm not going to go really in depth in this video, but I'm going to give my opinions on things related to this scandal or instance. So if you are into that, just keep on watching. Okay, so let's get into it. Tor. Tor is a publisher that I actually really admire. I know when I was querying my first book, I sent a manuscript out to Tor. Obviously, they didn't accept it. But, Tor has also produced a book that I really love called Legends and Lattes, which is like a cozy high fantasy book, and I think they're putting out the sequel here soon too. I love that book. I love Legends and Lattes. If you are a big fantasy D&D fan, but you want something that's like low stakes and slow paced and queer, Legend and Lattes. Perfect. I love that book. Anyway, uh, so I was really disappointed lately by some of Tor's actions that I've been seeing up on Threads and stuff. If you don't follow me on Threads, you really should. It's kind of popping over there, especially in the book community. Um, but I recently saw a post that was talking about how it's been confirmed that there was an indie book that got picked up by Tor, and they changed the cover obviously because it's a new publisher. But instead of hiring an artist to do the new cover, it is an AI cover. It looks AI, and then it was confirmed to be an AI cover. So I know that topic is one that's hugely debated right now, especially in creative fields between artists, writers, and you know what, the like, about the use of AI and its appropriateness in the creative field. So I'm just going to kind of talk about that. And some people really weren't jiving with Tor's use of AI, especially since they are a big publishing company that could like hire an artist and support the arts. But instead, they decided to save money and use AI art in this book cover. Um, I know there are some indie authors who use AI for their book covers because, again, they're doing everything by themselves and they might not have the money to hire an artist, so they feel justified in using AI art or AI book covers. I'm giving my perspective as somebody who is an independent author. So just so you guys know that I have 3 books, and each one of them I've used the same artist for each of them. I love my cover artist. She's great. I actually knew her as a teenager, and then, we kind of had our own lives, and then like reconnected online after I was looking for art for my books. They volunteered their services and I paid them, and it was great. And so I've been continuing to use Melina's art for a long time now. I love her art style. It's very painterly. I think it's different in terms of book covers. I don't normally see book covers that look like that. So that's why I've chosen her to use my book covers, because I just think she's fantastic. So that's where I'm coming from. I am somebody who pays my my cover artist, to do my work. And I think that that's a necessary expense for my business. I understand not everybody has the money for that. But I just feel like I would want to get paid for my work as an author. So why wouldn't I pay an artist for their work? Okay. I think in general, okay. I also want to be transparent and say that, like, I have a husband who works in programming, coding, software engineering, all that good stuff, right? And he also implements AI a lot in his work. He works with AI. His clients request projects that are incorporating AI to various degrees. I can't tell you who they are, it's all confidential. But yeah, so this is the kind of thing where I see AI integrated in multiple aspects of life. I've even had like lawyer friends talk to me about how AI is being used in their field too to try to cut corners, and it's not really super efficient. And I kind of want to talk about AI in a way that I don't know if people fully understand. So, for creators specifically who might be tempted to use AI, I think you should know that AI cannot really generate new ideas, but it can only make inferences based on information that's like out there already. So if you give it a prompt, say like, I want a story about a girl in a blue dress, or I want a romance story. Like you're trying to make a specific prompt. Like I want a romance story where the main character has a blue dress or blue eyes or whatever, and the love interest is a guy who's a hockey player or something. I know hockey players are really common or really popular in like book talk right now. I don't know why, but yeah. Anyway, so you can give it a specific prompt, but instead of generating a new idea, it is really just going to make a Frankenstein mishmash of other prompts or ideas or whatever information from the internet and kind of mush it together into a thing right for you. Now, if you are somebody who is trying to generate a new plot idea, right, or a new outline, or starting as like a base point to try to get ideas, you can easily use AI to be like, oh, that's something I didn't think of. But you have to acknowledge that that idea probably came from someplace else. And there's nothing wrong with like being inspired by other books. Authors do that all the time. And they try to mimic things they see in different forms of media, right? Artists do that too. Nothing wrong with that. But you have to acknowledge that that's not necessarily like a unique thing. But the problem is when people like put in that prompt, like tell me a story with Miss Blue Eyes Lady and the honky player, they won't edit it, or if they edit it, it's not edited very well. They just take that and then they'll like try to self-publish that and make that uh, a story or something they can profit off of. Or the same with art. Like you could want a picture, right? And you want a picture of Miss Blue Eyes and the hockey player kissing or something on a cover. It's the same idea, right? So visually, it can't create anything new. It is going to mishmash a bunch of different styles and create something in that style or in that way, or so it's not original work, uh, like a Frankenstein. So that's something to keep in mind, especially like I know it was trendy for a while for everybody to have like the Pixar looking profile pictures of themselves, and like I use the AI filters on TikTok too. I was big into that when those were first dropping. I'm not gonna say I'm above it, but you just got to know where it's coming from, right? So the thing is too, it's not all AI is ethical, so they'll just some don't limit their data to a base, like like Canva has like non-copyrighted images that you can use to build a cover or whatever. Canva also has AI in it now, but it's got things that have the permission from the artist to be incorporated into campaigns or whatever, like stock images or whatever. But the AI that people are leery of, they don't necessarily source from just one permitted database. They source it from everywhere. So even if somebody has like a trademark on their art or a watermark or something like that, people will still take it. And there's some people who even have prompts that will be like, oh, draw me this picture in so and so style, and they'll list like a specific artist, and they can do that too. So yeah. Now knowing what I've said, I just think I can see the temptation to use AI, but I just want to stress that like if you can pay people for the work, please do. We're living in an age where there is a lot of job insecurity. Even though there's record profits, there's like a lot of job insecurity, and people are really struggling to make a living or earn a living. And it's been hard for starving artists before, and if anything, that difficulty is only exacerbated with this use of AI. So I would really encourage you to just avoid it if you can. Um, and for a big publisher to do that is kind of sketch. It's hard because like also Nicki Minaj, where she's dropping that diss track against Megan Thee Stallion, clearly used AI art as well. Like to have these big name people just not give a shit about other artists is painful to see, especially in this like politicized climate where everybody's like struggling to survive. And I am hopeful with new technologies. I always want to embrace new technologies to see like like what betterment can they do for mankind. But right now they're being weaponized against people and I don't really like it. So yeah, that's kind of my spiel about AI and Tor. Obviously, people have vocalized their disappointment, and there's also something else that happened that I'm only sharing because I saw like a mutual share this about their own experiences, and I'm not gonna put their name out here or anything like that because I don't know if they'd be comfortable with that. But like I also had Tor misgender a mutual of mine on Threads in regards to like an ARC read or signing up for an ARC read or something, and they kind of went out of their way to misgender them because their preferred name was in their emails and contacts and everything else. So it was just like a little sketchy. So right now, Tor is not like looking the best right now, which is sad because they were one of the places that I was thinking about sending my manuscript to once I finish mod, because I feel like that would resonate with them so well. But right now it's looking kind of icky because I would never want AI art to be used in my cover. Like I wouldn't mind if I had to switch artists. Like it would be hard, but I'm sure like my artist would understand. But it's just like I don't want to cut other people out. It's so hard when you're a creative, and if you're like me, I don't really have a lot of business sense. I'm starting to learn that I need to really get my business together, and that's my goal for this year is to get my business together. Um, but I just don't want to cut corners in such a way that's like harmful to folks. You know what I mean? And if that's like what the business side of things demands, and it's like I don't know. Maybe I should just stick to being indie. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, that's kind of my spiel about AI in art. And I know that there's probably going to be a lot of tech people or tech bros in my comments um, trying to defend this, talk amongst yourselves. I don't know. I'm just talking as somebody who's really affected by this, and um, so many industries are affected by this. It's crazy. It's so crazy, and um, I think we need to all talk about this topic with a sense of empathy and compassion that I don't think is really present during this discussion sometimes. So I just would ask people to extend the same empathy in the comment section if they want to talk about this further. Okay. Anyway, yeah. Thank you for listening to me. I appreciate it so much. If you like this video, please give it a like, comment down below, share it with a friend, and subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. And until next time, thanks. Bye.